Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here with Danny Jacobs, who takes on Gennady Golovkin coming up on pay-per-view in Madison Square Garden. Danny, training camp over here in California, a lot of sacrifices, a lot of new things being implemented in this camp. Talk to me a little bit about those changes and those sacrifices having to be made because of this challenge, a big one in Gennady Golovkin.
Well, I mean, you pretty much said it. You know, when you face a guy who is at the peak of his career, a guy who has a resume as Triple G, you don't want to stay stagnant. And I think coming out here and being a part of this gym and being a part of the circuit, you know, it's just adding to my motivation. It's giving me a mental edge and a physical edge as well. I've been training with Snack, who allowing me to, you know, take my condition to the next level in ways that I've never seen before. So, you know, I'm looking forward to putting everything together come March 18th.
Speaking of that, and you working with Victor, what have you noticed? Have you noticed you've been able to throw more punches, or you're not getting as tired as you used to in certain spots? Touch on that aspect, what really you've seen.
I'm just shocked and amazed of how, you know, technology has been able to be just taken to another level. I've never seen it. You know, I'm used to an old school style of training, you know, but with technology being at an all-time high now, I would assume that it would be implemented in my training now. I'm just excited to be here. I'm excited to be working with different guys. You know, having the influence of Andre Ward and all these guys out here rooting for me as well adds to my motivation. But I'm just so focused. This is my moment. I feel like this is the pinnacle. And, you know, I just want to let my hands do the talking come March 18th, you know.
You have a lot of good people here in this gym with you, share a lot of knowledge with you. Andre Ward and Gennady Golovkin, their names have circled a little bit. You're in the mix with Gennady, but what has Andre told you and what advice is he giving you for this fight?
Well, I won't disclose everything that he told me, but to sum everything up, it's just a mental thing, you know. And I've known that coming into this fight, that the mental battle is everything. I have the physical attributes to be able to be successful. And if I can maximize that in training and be in top condition, I know I can go out there and make it work. But sometimes you have to jump over hurdles inside that ring and have to experience things that you've never experienced before. And that's where the mental play comes in. So, you know, he's been very beneficial with, you know, helping my mental be stronger.
Looking at Gennady and the fights he's had, what fight in particular tells you the most about him as a fighter, or maybe shows you something that you go and you say, you know what, looking at this guy, he's not as invincible as people say. Like there's mistakes there, and there's big mistakes that I can capitalize on.
I just think that he just hasn't fought anyone like me. I don't really look at someone and say, well, you know, he's done this or he's done that or he got hit, because every fight, you know, you can see bits and pieces of flaws, and, you know, you can see his ups and his downs and what he's good at and what he's not. But ultimately, when I compare those guys to me, in my opinion, it's really no match. So, you know, when I know I'll go inside there, it's going to be a totally different fight because I'm not those guys.
Mm-hmm. Looking at the past opponents he's had, a lot of people have criticized him for that, saying that he hasn't fought anybody that's like high level. Would you agree when people bring that up and say, you know what, he has this great resume, but there's no one on there?
I mean, it's up for debate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in my opinion, I'm the best opponent that he's fought, and I would agree that the public would agree as well. But, you know, he's fought some guys, maybe a little past their prime or maybe smaller than he was. So that's a big argument. But like I said before, he has never fought anyone like me inside that ring as a professional, and I'm looking forward to capitalizing.
Now, looking at you, you're a lot bigger than him. Size-wise, I would say you're really a true middleweight. How's your size going to play into it? Are you banking on that, on top of your skills, that your size is going to make a big difference in this fight?
Any advantage that I can have, I'm banking on it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is boxing, you know. Any physical, mental, any type of gain that you can have, you're going to take it. And I think my physical is a big advantage as well. He's a strong guy, you know. So, you know, you can kind of criticize and say, you know, he's a bigger puncher than you, or he's maybe stronger than you. But, you know, whether he's an A+ puncher and I'm a B+ puncher, you know, I still can hurt you, and I can still have that physical size advantage. So whatever works for me, and I'm looking forward to putting together the master plan and being successful. I really believe in myself.
What would you say to those Golovkin fans or others that bring up, hey, you were down against Mora, you were down against Pirog, Golovkin's perceived to be a bigger puncher than those guys. The one time he connects with you, they feel you're going to go down. What do you say to those people that say that?
I don't say anything. I let my hands and my ability do the talking and do the walking inside the ring. I don't really pay attention too much to what people say because I spent all day online looking at and hearing all the things that people say. My mental will be all whacked out, you know. But I'm confident in my ability. And when you go against a big puncher too, and when you know what to expect, you kind of prepare mentally for that, opposed to going in there and getting caught or not really knowing the power of the other guy and it be a surprise. But when you know in there, you kind of embrace it a little bit more.
You gonna go in there right away that first round and make him respect your power? Or are you gonna go right away and try to test him?
Well, I'm not going to give away the game plan, but I do believe that, there is some respect that has to be gained. And I believe that I will get that. Like I said before, I don't want to give away too much of the game plan, but at the end of the day, he's going to be tested one way or the other, I'm sure.
All right, Danny, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. This fight's going to be a good one to watch. I'm myself excited for it. Goes down on pay-per-view coming up in New York. This guy right here taking on Gennady Golovkin.